Man, let me tell you something in life. It's funny how stuff go because it's important that we have forgiveness and we really let the Lord come into our heart and change our heart and be transformed from the renewing of our mind. Because see, I've learned something. In reality, as you grow up, you might have grew up and had a horrible life as far as your parents, as far as like your mother or your father, right? They may have treated you bad as a child growing up. But let me tell you something. One of the main reasons why it's important to find the Lord and allow God to come and change your heart because of the way that you were treated coming up, the resentment that you hold in your heart will force you to be exactly the way you got treated coming up. It'll force you to reenact the very things somewhat on somebody else. And because of the resentment in your heart, you won't even realize that you're doing it. The thing is, when it come down to life itself, no matter what we say we dislike and no matter what we don't like, we as human beings, we are only designed to do, in most cases, we are designed to do what we see. We mimic what we see. Listen, if you came up in your life and you was taught and you had a dad that wasn't there for you, most likely you gonna be in a situation to where you might have children and they dads ain't gonna be there for them, or you probably gonna grow up and not ever be able to have a man around you. It'll always be short. You'll never be able to have a man around you. Vice versa with the men. If you grew up and your mama treated you bad, most likely you are going to neglect women. You gonna treat women bad. You gonna use and abuse them. And then watch this here. A lot of times the reason why men end up beating on women, because it do go both ways. Women beat on men too. But watch this. Most of the time, really why men beat on women is because they mama beat them. You understand what I'm saying? And in the long run, once a man get at a point of a control, he feel like he can inflict the pain back that he experienced. I'm telling you, man, life is a trip. Like we really hurt mentally more than we really know. Sometimes people saying that they okay, sometimes we saying we okay, and we really ain't okay. You know, if your mama didn't want you as a child, most likely when you grow up, you ain't gonna want your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really crazy how life go. Like, in reality, we always gonna do what we see others do. No matter what they tell you to do, you gonna do what you saw them doing. Most of the time when it come down to drugs and alcohol, it's because you saw somebody doing it. You was most of the time told not to do it, but because of the way it looked, you try it. And these are traumatizing things that we go through from a child up to now. We mimic the things that we see. That's one of the reasons why the Bible talks about come from amongst you and be ye separate, said the Lord. Because see, listen, as long as you watching something, you're going to mimic that. One of the reasons why men talk disrespectful to women, because women, most women that man, most likely, most women that man has encountered with from a child up to his grown age has talked bad to him. And it's vice versa. Men will see, you know what I'm saying, men will do the opposite. Talk crazy to women, and then that the child, the upspringing, the new generation that watch this stuff, they go out and mimic it. Even though they told not to do it, when you see something, you think that's what's right to do. And the moral of this story is we really got to watch what we are allowing ourselves to see. Because the things that we are allowing ourselves to see, we justify it and say that it's okay to do. And then watch this. When you act out on the things that you see, it's somebody that's watching you that's saying that's okay to do. So the change have to start with us. We got to start watching what we got to be real mindful of what we are allowing ourselves to watch and see, because it starts a chain reaction. Once you see it for so long, you're going to think that it's okay to do, and the person that's watching you going to think it's okay to do, and then the person that's watching them going to think it's okay to do, and before you know it, you got a big mess going on. So the time is now to start the change. Ask God to really come into your heart and forgive those who have wronged you. Forgive those who have hurt you as a child coming up. Because some of us, we adults now, but we still holding on to some things that happened to us as a child. And we need to learn how to forgive those who have used us and have done us wrong. Because what happens is, because of the resentment that you hold for that individual, it's causing you to reenact the very thing that they did to you. It's causing you to reenact and re-afflict the pain that was brought up on you. Forgive them and forgive yourself for the things that you've had to experience as a child up to now, because God got greater for us. But we got to change our sense of direction. We got to stop watching such other stuff. We got to quit being so traditional, and we really got to start being honest with ourselves and talking about these things so that we can help ourselves. And when we can help ourselves, we can help others that watch us. When we help ourselves, other people are going to see what we did, and they're going to take on the notes to do the same thing for themselves. So even when we are asking for forgiveness and to forgive others, make sure that we forgive and don't inflict pain, and it'll start a chain reaction. It'll take some time, but please be mindful of the things that you watch. Because somebody watching you, and you need to forgive those that hurt you and despitefully used you from a child to now. Because God got greater for you. God bless you. Love you.